Hello everybody, this is Ramsis and I'm going to be doing another solo playthrough on the Vesper Gaming channel here. For this gameplay, it's going to be based off of our Smash TV co-op playthrough that me and the Vesper did. We like to always do a solo playthrough after we played an arcade version of something together, whether it be the solo through the arcade or solo through a port released on another system, or both sometimes. For this solo playthrough of Smash TV, I decided to go with the NES version. Now the arcade game, which was released in 1990, was released to a lot of systems in the aftermath. And these are all not direct arcade ports. All these versions were very different. Some were horrible, some were okay, and some were a little better than others. Like the Super Nintendo is seen as one of the better ones, and the Game Gear, for instance, is seen as one of the worst ones. And the reason a lot of these versions stink is because you only have one D-pad and a fire button to play with it. And imagine playing Smash TV, which in the arcade has two joysticks that you're using, one to control the character and one to control which direction you're firing. And now you're being reduced to a D-pad and one button to fire. It totally changes the feel of the game, not to mention the graphical limitations of some of the systems that this was being ported to. So the reason I picked the NES version is they got around that by actually letting you use two controllers at once. One D-pad in your left hand controls the way you move, and the other D-pad in your right hand controls which way you fire. It solves the whole problem. Still not the best, but it's very interesting how they do it. So that's the version I'm going to play here today. Alright, so as you can see, the mode lets you select one controller, two controllers for either one or two player. I'm one player, I will use two controllers. So here we go. You get the music when you walk into the arena, but don't get too used to the music. You'll see it goes away after like 30 seconds or so. And it should be very simple. There's the grenades, there's a present, and these are the basic grunt enemies. The Hulk clubbers, if they get too close to you, they'll swing with their club, and it's instant defeat. Alright, so as you can see in the top left corner, I have a number 9. Now the game usually starts with 5 lives. For this one, I am playing with the unlimited lives. If I don't play with unlimited lives, we're not seeing this whole game. It's a very hard game. I've tried many times in the past to get through this game. I die somewhere in the second or third arenas, and that's about as far as I can get. So nope, for this game, I am definitely using the unlimited lives, but that's the only boost I'm using. Everything else is exactly how you would find it and feel it in the actual NES port of this game. Let's look at the map load up here. So just like in the arcade game, you have the map. It shows you which way to go. I'll go for the bonus room. I always like to go to the bonus rooms. I think out of all the versions that were released around 1991 to 1992, the NES version is the most interesting and different, but still the most playable and similar to what was found in the arcade. Alright, so as you can see, the MC actually is digitized here, so they actually got his voice here of the MC mocking you and telling you everything going on, which I thought was a nice touch. The NES version actually captured the voice quite well considering it's on NES, so that's another nice little addition they were able to do here. So just to give an idea of all the systems and ports that were made in the years 1991 to 1992, of how many versions of this arcade game were released to various systems, let me tell you. So it was released for the Amstrad PC, the Atari ST computer, the Commodore Amiga computer, Commodore 64 computer, the Sega Genesis, Sega Master System, the Super Nintendo, the ZX Spectrum, and the portable Game Gear, and of course on the NES. So look at how many versions, and these are all not direct arcade ports. They're all just recreations made specifically for these exact versions. And I'll get the tri-weapon here, and the barriers too. So just like in the arcade game, you get various weapons. Just like in the arcade, they go away whenever you leave the room. You can't take the barriers with you. Big money. Alright. So we start with some clubbers, and now another difference is Mr. Shrapnel is no longer a human walking with the shrapnel in it. It's pretty much now shrapnel bombs. So you watch this explode. There it goes. So now they changed Mr. Shrapnel into pretty much just a bomb that's about to explode and sends shrapnel everywhere. Not sure why they made that change. I'm sure there's a reason, either graphically or something else, but yep, now they're just bombs. Same exact usage, they'll explode and send shrapnel everywhere, and you can still blow them up if you hit them enough times. But that's another change they made in this game, actually. So it's no longer Mr. Shrapnel, it's now shrapnel bombs. And then we have the turrets on the wall. Those are very annoying, and they take many shots to defeat. Okay, so now you want to try to get the turret while also taking care of... There goes the turret. Also taking care of the clubbers that are around you. And like I said, this is pretty much just Smash TV on the NES. You have the presents, like just got the new VCR. The money showing up. There's just no landmines on the ground. That is one difference they made here. You know, in the arcade, you walk all over the place avoiding landmines. They got rid of that here because I think the game is hard enough without it. Not sure if they did that because they were being nice or limitations. But there's no landmines here, but the game is still just as hard even without the landmines, on this version especially. Alright, we got our music back. Don't get too used to it, it's gonna be going away soon. Meet Mr. Shrapnel. So now we get to see a lot of these shrapnel bombs, as well as the turrets on the wall that we have to avoid. So let's take out the turrets while we can. We got the rockets that'll quickly dispose of them. And that'll also quickly dispose of the Mr. Shrapnel bombs. So yep, always take advantage of the good weapons when you have them, but try not to waste ammo if you're not firing at anything, because the weapons are so limited use. You don't want to go through ammo before you had anything to actually fire on. Okay, so the tri-shot is great. It clears out most of the areas. Keep getting presents. Another new toaster. Could always use those. Oh, and a sleek roadster. That's a nice addition. Okay, extra life. Risk reward. Do you want to sacrifice yourself to try to get an item? No. It's better to keep the precious lives than try to get an item that will only be short-lived anyway. Alright, so let's head on to the right, because that's where the bonus room is. See, isn't that cool? They actually have that in this game. We'll have 3 bonuses that'll show up here. So you have 3 little pools that'll show up, and then the enemies show up quickly after the 3rd batch of presents and money showed up. So they don't give you much time to pick anything up, but at least they give it to you. Quickly pick it up and then start attacking again. And of course the bonus room enemies can be a little harder because it's risk reward. You're going for the bonus prizes. Well, now you have to deal with a lot of enemies because of all that. And I'm always a fan of that. Yep, I want the bonus prizes, so give me the enemies, I'll defeat them. This is a score-based game, so you're trying to get the highest score. That's the goal of the game, and there's nothing wrong with that. Gives you something to shoot for. And it's based on an arcade game, which was all about the score. Alright, so let's just use the rockets to clean everything out. Let's use that. And you can barely see the shield. See? It's a dark green on this really dark reddish color. Very hard. It just got rolled over. Very hard to see. I wish they had made that a different color. You don't even realize when the barrier is gone. See, it's already gone and you barely even saw it. So yeah, they should have really gone about that better. Either make it last longer, have it a different color so it shows up in the dark colors here. Dark green on dark colors is not a great idea. And only lasts like 5 seconds. So they really don't give you much time with these barriers in this game. Alright, what do we get? We got another roadster. Got the shield again. Another roadster. I'm gonna have a lot of cars if I survive all this. Okay, it looks like... Nope, more coming. See, the rooms will sometimes slow down, but then more will just show up suddenly. And now that should be it. Let's see. Yep, that's it. Alright, this one's called Tank Trouble, and this is the first appearance of the tank in this game. And it looks a little different, but it's the same idea. It's a little turret-mounted robot that has circular control over where it fires, so it keeps spinning its turret about and trying to get everything, just spams it out there. And it takes a lot of shots to destroy it. It's a little easier to destroy in the arcade, actually. But at least they have some similarity to the arcade by throwing this robot drone into things. So you see, it's a lot of shots, still haven't gotten it. I got beaten because I'm focusing on the robot here, see? They know what they're doing. Alright, so there it goes. Alright, let's get the shield. Oh, and another robot shows up. If I can get... Yep, see, that's why the shield's great. If you can run over enemies, it'll instantly eliminate them. But it's very short-lived. See, it's already back. And the rockets are pretty good against it. Yep, one shot with the rockets. And now we got the barriers. That'll definitely help. Okay, there we go. Alright, not too bad. See, weapon pickups do make a difference too. If you have the right items picked up, it does make rooms much easier. Alright, we're already up to Mutoid Man. The first level, as everyone knows, is very short.
I'd buy that for $1.
And we're already up to Mutoid Man. So I already have the triple shot, so let's take advantage of that. And it's pretty much the same idea. They actually, let's see, the grenades. If I remember, grenades are not good. No. So you don't want the grenades. You have to get too close to him when you have the grenades. But the good thing is the regular weapon, your default weapon, actually damages him. Look at the score changing as I shoot him. So the regular default weapon actually hurts him in this version. So that does make things a little easier for you. You don't have to only rely on weapon pickups, and you get a long distance weapon that you can use. And it's effective, just keep blasting away. But of course, if you can get better weapons, you go for them. So I got the tri-shot here. Oh, and the best is the rockets, if you can get those. His arm's already glowing, and there it goes. Uh-oh, I accidentally picked up the grenades. Yep, see, mistake. You don't want grenades in this. Grenades against Mutoid Man, bad idea. You have to get too close to him, and he'll run right over you every time. Do not get the grenade. And he runs over me anyway. See, this is not easy. Even on the NES version, he can be tough. But let's get back to where we were here. Alright, firing with the default weapon. We have to remember that we can use the default weapon in this version. Grenades over there, I'm going to avoid those. Thank you very much. I learned my lesson. Tri-shot I would like, but not if he's going to run me over. So, nope, I'll pass on that. Oh, got it. Alright, there we go. So, yep, this is effective. You can still do long distance with a more powerful weapon. He's already into the next phase, the headless version of his robot now. Uh-oh, grenades. Nope, not going near him with these. I'll just waste them. No. Don't get the grenades, alright? If you learn anything from this video, folks, do not get the grenades against Mutoid Man. Alright, so there's grenades again. I am not going anywhere near them. I'm just going to use the default weapon to fire at him. A little speed boost isn't a bad idea, though. Alright, see, even the regular weapon is beating him up. The last phase, where it's a head on the lower part of his robot body. I can get those rockets, that should finish him off, so let's do it. Well, that definitely weakened him. A few more shots, he should go. Yeah, there he goes. So not as hard as I made it look. The grenades, it messed me up very badly. Don't get the grenades, and that would have been a much better fight. So I hope I taught you something here. Alright, so anyway, it's just like regular Smash TV. You walk through the last exit here after you defeat the boss. And then you go to the... There it is, the point tally. Let's see how I did. I got toasters. And the roadsters. VCRs. And cash. So there you go. It's just like regular Smash TV. He doesn't raise his arms, but he's grinning. He's happy. So at least they have that. And there you go. Lots of points for lots of prizes. And now we go on to the second act here. And another change here is they actually only still have that same theme. You know, in the arcade game, the music's different with each act. Nope. You still get the same 30-second loop of music, and then it goes away for the whole entire game. That's it. And look how huge the orbs are in this version of the game. In the arcade game, they're not as gigantic looking. They're, you know, they're small and numerous. Here, they're very big and easy to shoot, but they work exactly the same way. They fire the laser at you when they come to a stop, and you gotta avoid the laser or you'll get electrocuted. By using two D-pads here, you can actually fire diagonally, and grenades are good here, so definitely get grenades against the orbs, because this will blast them away quite effectively, actually. So using the two D-pads is great because you can really get diagonals in quite well. With the single controller, it's not as easy to both fire and move in a direction that you want to fire in. But with the two D-pads, it's great. You can move around with one D-pad and do diagonals pretty well with the other D-pad. Like I said, still a little iffy at times, the controls. There's still NES controllers. It's not the best controls in the world. You're still going to have issues with it. It's definitely not like playing the arcade, but it's the much better option if you want better control at what direction you're firing in. So there you go. I'm already about to clean out this room. It's only the first room, but at least it was a pretty good clean out of the room. So let's see. We should get the map now. Yep, and there it is. So I think I'll go up this time. There's a bonus room in the top right. People usually go down and get the bonus room right there below us, but let's be adventurous. We're having fun here. Let's see what lies ahead. Rowdy Droids. Alright, so what do we got? Got those snake droids. They come out sometimes as a single blade, or they come out in these snake-like formations, these droids. And yeah, they're very annoying. It takes a few blasts to hit them, and they just keep on coming and coming. Sometimes it's snake-like formation like this, sometimes just as a single droid on their own. And now we got the floating flying robots. I believe these are similar to those Buffalo that were in the arcade, but I'm not sure. It could be also like the robot, those tiny robots that are no longer in this version. So it's a mixture of either the Buffalo or the tiny robots, but they pretty much act the same way. They float and bounce around, and they'll hover in on you, and you have a little time to shoot them. They're not too bad if you can position yourself correctly. So just keep firing away, but you have to deal with the drones at the same time here. Alright, so yep, we just have to play a lot of cleanup here. So yep, things are definitely getting a little tougher now as we enter the second act of this game. Spam starts to get very real after a while here. They'll just start throwing in lots of things at you, and you have to just keep on positioning and walking and moving and blasting and hoping to get good power-ups to help save you. But that's Smash TV. They were able to replicate the feel of it quite well for an NES game. I definitely give them props to. This feels like you're playing an 8-bit version of Smash TV. And see, I'm distracted talking to you guys and I'm paying attention. Let's see, is that it, or is there going to be more? I think that should be it. Yes, that is it. So yep, they're definitely upping the difficulty already, and we're just starting the second act here. Alright, what do we got now? Vacuum clean.
I'd buy that for $1.
There we go, we got the host again in all his pixelated greatness, and this is the first of the red orbs. It's similar to the arcade, where those red orbs will loom in on you, and you gotta get the center of it to break them up, and all the remaining orbs will explode around you. So yeah, very similar. It's cool they got that into this game. Those were always annoying. At least they don't have those purple things. I think the purple orbs that I always hated are not in this game, thank goodness. That was my least favorite enemy from the arcade. But don't worry, they got more than enough annoying enemies to deal with here, even without those purple things that I couldn't stand. Alright, so we got the tri-shot. That'll help clear out some of these floating robots here. So it's pretty similar to the arcade when I was dealing with those Buffalo, the things I call the Buffalo. You just have to sort of corner yourself, move in one position, blast the enemies, move in another position and blast them, and just keep moving around and around until you blast all the swarms as they move in on you. Very similar. You'll be able to stay alive if you're able to just keep on redirecting, but it's a little stiff here with the NES controllers. Like I said, while it's better with the two controllers, it's definitely far from perfect. It's still stiff, and you get stuck on a position sometimes, and you have to sort of like unhold the button to reposition it. Yeah, so it's still annoying. Still NES. Alright, what's this room called? Firepower is needed. Indeed it is, and please give me some good one to use here. So we got the red orbs and those Roomba things that I can't stand. But now they're not in the snake-like formation. The drones are in single formation, which makes them a little harder because now they're flying all over the place. And you can't just beat them with one shot. You gotta blast them a few times, and they'll definitely loom in on you if you're not paying attention. So these things can be very annoying. And I wish I got better ammo here. But I don't, so I just gotta work with what I got. Oh, be careful. So, just keep blasting away. That's all we can do. If we can pick up prizes in the process, great. Oh, no. Oh, just missed me. Oh, lucky. See, I was so worried about the drones, I wasn't paying attention to the buffalo in the corner. Now we get a better weapon when we don't need it as much, alright, but we'll make use of it. Rockets go through everything and pretty much take out everything in a straight line of the direction that you're firing in, so it's definitely a weapon that you want to get a hold of. Let's get some presents if we can. 2600-inch TV, I can make use of that. And another one, that's great, I'm going to need a bigger neighborhood for these TVs. And another one, wow. So many TVs and not enough space to use them all. Triple shot is great. Just keep sweeping away at everything in every direction. I like when it's just these flying robot buffalo things because they are slow to approach you. They give you a little time to line up and position yourself. Especially when you have a great weapon like this. That's it. So, not too bad. Nope, let's continue to go up. We want to work our way towards that bonus room here. This room is called Metal Death. Alright, I guess a lot of those snake formation drone things are showing up, and here they are. See, they're a little more manageable when they're in the snake formation, because at least they're not bouncing all over the place and they stay together. But still is annoying. You have to use various shots to get each part of it separately. This should help. The rockets will take it out pretty quickly. As you see, yep, there it goes. You definitely want better weapons when dealing with these things. I can't stand them, but here they are. Alright, triple shot. That should help also. Yep, there they go. And nope, too much spam on the screen. So there you go. I took too long to get rid of the drones, and now they got me. Alright, let's get the grenades if I can. Nope, can't. Whoa, look out. Alright. Gets very hard when they have so many differing enemy types on the screen at the same time. But that's part of the challenge of the game. Learn how to deal with everything at once. And we are for the most part. Alright, let's try to get a nice position here so we can just keep firing away. I'm just going to keep sending in swarms, obviously, of the flying robot buffalo things. Let's move out of the corner because they're all moving in on it. Give us a little more room to work with. Some people play in the center of the room. I play more where you position yourself in a corner and just keep blasting away. Of course, there's better ways to go about things. See, my strategy might not have been so good. I got swarmed there. There's always better ways to do things if you know the formation of each room and where you should position yourself. But I'm just trying to stay alive like everybody else in this game show here. So if I can get a good position and just keep moving my position from up and down and left and right, I should be alright. But nope, not working. So maybe I want to try something different now. That's it, the room's over anyway, but yeah, I should have tried a different strategy there. But we got through it. Enjoy the little music. It's not going to last too much longer because it goes away for some reason quickly. Alright, what do we got here? Watch your step.
Big money! Big prizes! I love it!
This was the bonus room that I was working towards. So here's the first pile of gifts that I get. And here's the second pile I get. And there should be a third one. There it is. And the enemies should start showing up. And there they are. So yep, that's how they do it. They give you 3 piles and then enemies start to swarm you. Worked our way to the bonus room all the way in the top of the building here. But now we gotta work our way down towards the boss at the end of the arena. So we have a ways to go still. So now this time, not only do we have to deal with the flying robots, we have to deal with the shrapnel bombs that keep on showing up and exploding. So we have to look out for the shrapnel, and then also look out for the flying robots that keep cornering us. Oh, that was a good avoid. Triple shot should help. It'll blast away a lot of the spam in the middle. Oh, no, worked my way too far to the top there. So sometimes you get unlucky. If they come right out of the room right as you're walking by it, that's it. You know, it's almost death sentence if you're not ready for it. And I wasn't ready for it. Barrier should help if I can get it, but I'm not going to lose a life. If I can't, nope, couldn't get it, so that's it. So even though I'm playing with unlimited lives, I'm trying to play it, and there I go again. I'm trying to play it as if I don't have unlimited lives, because I want to get the real challenge here. Of course, I realize I have unlimited lives, but I do want to play as if I'm not with unlimited lives. If I see extra lives show up, I'll go for them. I'm trying to stay alive as best as I can. I want to get the real feel, but I also want to show the complete game, and I won't be able to do that without the unlimited lives, as you'll see in the endgame tally, how many lives I actually went through in this gameplay, and why it was so hard to play this on just 5 lives, plus any extra lives you're lucky enough to pick up. Very hard game. I wish they gave continues here, but they didn't. Alright, so this room is called Slaughter Room. Alright, starts with the red orbs. There they go. More red orbs. You have to get the center of it so they all explode. I didn't get the center yet, and there they go. Yep. And now the drones are back. Alright. So we got the orbs and drones now flying in here. If I get the invisibility, that'll help a little bit. A little bit, I said. It's already gonna be disappearing. Yep, and there it goes. And if I can get the extra guy, nope, not working my way towards it. Alright, so you think that's the end? No, there's gonna be more stuff showing up here. There has to be. Yeah, and there's another shrapnel bomb, and then there's the flying robot buffalo things. Alright, so our fun is just starting here. So it's the usual stuff. Work your way, try to get away from these robots as they swarm in on you. Pick up weapons if you can. The triple shot definitely helps against these. What did I get that time? Another TV. Great. I'll add it to the collection. Got vacations. Hooray. Another vacation. Alright, once you get into a feel of things, it gets a little better with the flying robots. You just have to be in the right place, right time, position yourself where the closest ones are shot first, and then you let the farther ones move in on you and you blast them. It's very basic stuff, but you gotta position yourself properly to manage all that. And you gotta hope the controls are cooperating with you. Sometimes my D-pads have been not functioning properly here. I'm trying to move it and then I have to let go of it to reset it again. So, like I said, it's a Nintendo. This is not an arcade, so it's gonna have its issues. Okay, grenades will clean them out. Got for Mr. Shrapnel Bombs. And, oh, we got lucky there. See, you walk too close to the doorway when the enemies come out and they can get you. Let's see if that's it. That should be it. Alright, so not too bad for that room. Let's head down. We're working our way to the boss of the second area. And this is laser death zone, so it should be more of those orbs probably, right? Let's see. Nope, it's robots and the drone things, and the Roomba drone things. Alright. But luckily I had some missiles to take care of some of the robots at first, but they keep on coming back. And with the default weapon, it takes a lot of shots to defeat them, so this could take a while, but we have to avoid the drones on the floor first. And there's an extra life. Get the grenades, that'll greatly help, but I'm not going to risk losing a life to do so, so nope, nope, it's gone. Okay. Alright, and here's the orbs. So there are lasers in this. Alright, so there's the orbs. After we defeated all the premier robots, now we have the orbs showing up. So same strategy, fire diagonally, watch out for the lasers as they bounce in on you. Whenever they stop, they're about to fire a laser, so it's a good time to shoot at them if you can, or just avoid the lasers that they're firing. Invincibility, there we go. So the orbs aren't too bad. You just have to watch out. The lasers they fire can become sort of transparent. That's probably the only real issue. So sometimes you won't see them firing the laser because it sort of blends in with the screen. And that's due to limitations of the Nintendo, of course. You can't have too many things going on at the same time with differing colors. So there's the laser. I was able to see it, but it'll sneak up on you like that one below me did. And you can barely see it. It sort of becomes transparent and mixed with the rest of the screen. So pretty much if you see an orb stopping, watch out. Because it's probably going to fire something that you may or may not see. Alright, yep, I was able to walk through that one because I have the invisibility shield around me. And that should be it. So not too bad. We handled the orbs pretty well that go around. Now we should be moving in on the boss here. Let's see. Yep, here he is. It's Meet Scarface. Scarface, the huge head that's covered with the shield panels around each side of him. And you gotta destroy each panel to get access to the face. They don't have that ball weapon. Remember the ball cannon that you were able to use against bosses that you can hit the face directly? Nope, that is not in this game. You have to use just traditional, every other weapon except for the orb weapon. Which is too bad, because the orbs were cool that you can fire in on Scarface. But it still works the same way. Shoot all the panels, you'll see it's glowing orange when you're hitting it successfully. And it still fires its same things, it just got me with it. It fires its spike bombs at you. But when you see orange, you know you're doing right. So just keep firing and you're looking for orange. So we hit enough of the panels, and now it's the skull face that's under it. Same idea, you want to see orange, so keep firing at it. Oh, and it still fires those eye lasers, which I can't stand, and it got me. So don't stand still, you gotta keep moving. Alright, so let's get the shield here to protect us for a few seconds. So when you see orange, you're doing well. So just keep firing until you see orange. And then just keep aiming at the part that's orange, because that means that's a weak point. You want to try to hit all the orange. I got rid of the eye laser. Rockets will be very effective. I can get them. Yes, got them. We have to get the right side still, and the top, I believe. Yep, top. Alright, so now it's just a matter of, yep, top left has to be gotten still orange, so it's a matter of just hitting those last few weak points and he should go down. See, right now we're not doing any damage because we're not hitting a weak point. Yep, there's a weak point, top left, and there he goes. So not too hard. It's actually a little easier in this version than the arcade. And I guess they did that because you don't have that ball cannon like I mentioned, which is a very effective weapon against him. Alright, so that's it. We're already moving on to Act 3, but don't get excited. We have a long way to go. Act 3 and the stages that follow after it are very long, so we're probably still only halfway through this game if I were to take a guess. We got the luggage, we got the vacations, and we got cash, of course. Okay. So far, so good. 2 acts down, now the real game starts. You thought the first 2 acts were challenging? Here we go with Act 3 in the snake world here. And this is going to be where the fun, and I use that word lightly, really starts. Here we are, we're back in the familiar snake temple, or whatever they call these stages here. And it starts us off with a robot. And another robot. And another robot. And look how many shots it takes to defeat this thing. So we can get the shield and just walk right over, that'd be great. But nope, it's already worn off, so forget it. And they actually have the snakes coming out of the wall, another enemy that is from the arcade game that they were able to reproduce here, so that's a good thing too. So I know they've cut out a lot of the enemies, but at least with the snakes coming out of the walls and the heads and everything, I think that's a cool addition that they were able to maintain for this version of the game. Alright, so we got the meat. Meat supply is a good thing. The exciting home game, yay. Yep. I have 2 robots here, and the spam, as you can see from all these shots coming out of it, can be very annoying to avoid. So yes, you want to try to keep them cleaned out. Ah, got me. See, I'm trying to focus on the game. That's why I went a little quiet here, but that didn't help. They still got me. Alright, let's see if that's the end of this first act here. Oh, no, it's not it. See, they surprise you like that. The stage will go quiet, and then more things show up. Yeah, okay, here's our map. Alright, so it's a big map, this one, so we have a long ways to go. We can either go down or up again. I think I'll go up again. It worked well last time. Let's try that again. Just to give different views of things that we don't normally get to see. So this is Turtles Beware. Alright. I didn't know there was turtles in this game, but I guess turtles should beware. Alright, so now the snakes are also coming out of the door there, so that adds more to the challenge, but it also emulates things properly, because that is what happened in the arcade too, with the snakes shooting out of the doorways at times. Okay, we have the basic Club Gruntman here. And some more snakes to add more spam to the screen. Good thing about all these enemies is they're all one-shot and they're defeated type enemies, the clubmen and the snakes. So pretty much just keep shooting and shooting and shooting non-stop. You have your default weapon, just keep firing away. That's all you can do here. And don't stop. Ah, that was a mistake. See, that's where the controller got a little stiff there. It doesn't always function properly, it gets sort of stuck. And it did, it just kept moving and moving even though I'd stopped. But, oh well. This is NES, we have to remember. Okay, same strategy. Get the closest groups first, and then work on the ones that were farther. So the ones moving in on you, blast away, and then take care of the rest. Move out of the way if you have to. Good, a shield should help. Get some presents. Ah, fabulous riding mower, just what I needed. Alright, just when you thought it was done, nope. There's a lot more coming still. The Act 3 is where they just keep swarming and swamping you with so many enemies you don't know how to deal with all of them. So just like in the arcade, the NES version does that too. They just keep coming and coming and coming. Ooh, that was some fancy moves there. Nope, here come more. I thought it was done. Not quite. And nope, still more. Is that it? Nope, still more. Alright, that should be it. Yes, that's it. So not too bad. And again, just like in the other two acts, this is the only music track you hear. The same exact music track for 30 seconds. That's it, even in this stage.
Big money! Big prizes! I love it!
So it would have been nice if they could have thrown in some of the other music from the game in each stage, but I'm still glad they were able to throw this in. Just wish they looped it instead of just giving us 30 seconds of it before it stops. But that they have the host talking, I think that's pretty cool. Because I know a lot of versions don't even have that. So that the NES version's able to do that, that says something about the NES. That's pretty impressive. Alright, let's see if I can get the barriers around me. Yep. So barriers are very useful against any humans. They're not useful against the Mr. Shrapnels. Those will break apart if you try to use those on Mr. Shrapnel, so you have to try to avoid him. But they are very effective on anything else almost. So use these. So when you have lots of humans on the screen and you have the barriers, start walking towards them. You'll be able to defeat a lot of them very quickly. So far I'm getting pretty good with the weapon pickups here. I had the tri-shots, I have the barriers. Oh, but my luck just ran out. Oh well, just like that, see? Let's get a little speed boost. Oh, nope, couldn't sneak past him. That was a bad idea on my part. So you see, they just overwhelm you after a while on this third act. They just keep on coming and coming and coming like that. They just keep showing up, and they beat you, and they hit you, and they... thousands of these things, just non-stop. It becomes very draining. But, yeah, see, I try to work my way through a shrapnel bomb for some strange reason. It's like my mind's not working anymore, because there are just so many enemies to shoot at. That's why it always falls apart for me on this third act. And that's probably my fault too. I should probably have better strategy here. But yeah, my game always seems to crumble in the third act too. So many enemies at once, you lose focus. But let's try to get back into focus here. Alright, here we go. It's all also about getting the right weapon, the right position, the right weapon, the right movements, you know? It's a lot of stuff you have to juggle here. Alright, let's get the rockets. I'm focusing here, so sorry if I'm a little quiet. Not an easy game for me. This third act always is my undoing. But that's alright. I want to show you all the third stage and completing this game. I had this game when I was younger, and I was not able to get to the end of this on my many, many attempts. So I would like to actually get to the end of this game for a change and see what it has to offer. Alright, so we finally got through that horrible board here. Only gonna get worse from here. You think that was bad? Let's see what we got next. Cobra just ahead. So I don't know if they mean the snakes coming out of the wall or they mean the boss of it, but either way, be ready for some snakes that are coming up. So in the arcade, they actually had these snake warriors with the pikes in their hands. I don't know if that's what these are supposed to be. I think I see tails on some of these creatures, so that might be what these are supposed to be. But they look exactly the same. They're still the same green-colored grunt men here. So I'm not sure if that's what these are supposed to be, but I think it could be. Maybe that's what they meant by the cobras just ahead. Who knows? Either way, deal with them the same way. Blast the ones closest to you, and then position yourself to blast the other group that moved in on you. And look out for the shrapnel! Nope, wasn't able to do so. Great thing about rockets is it goes through everything in a straight line. If we can get this shrapnel... Yes, we got it. Gives us a little breathing time, but nope, another shrapnel just showed up. And they seem to explode very quickly in this version. Ugh, I really wanted that weapon. That was a mistake. Yeah, it wasn't worth the sacrifice to try to get the weapon. Oh well. That was just a bad control error there. So yep, we're having all sorts of fun on this third act here, as you can see. But at least we get some prizes, right? That makes everything all the better. So, yep, the story of this game is very loosely based on Running Man, as we mentioned and joked about in our playthrough. We like to put in a little joke footage just to sort of connect it to things. But the game is sort of like RoboCop and Running Man, but with the Robotron control setup. So it's kind of like a homage to the Running Man, which is an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, which had him having to survive a game show where he's being hunted. They're pretty much like bosses in this game, where they're trying to kill you, and they're almost impossible to defeat, but of course it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's character, and he's able to. The game show host was played by Richard Dawson in the movie, who's similar to the MC character in this game. So yeah, this is very loosely based on Running Man, but it's pretty much just like an unofficial follow-up to their Robotron game, which is one of the most famous double joystick controlled arcade games that was on the market, where you controlled the character with one joystick and you were able to fire with the other joystick. So this is sort of a follow-up to that, where they made a game similar to Running Man, you know, Robocop-like timeline aspects to it, where you're now in a game show and you're fighting to save your life using Robotron controls, pretty much. It's in the well-distant future of 1999. This was made in 1990s, so that was just sort of a joke. That wasn't that far in the future. But it was the idea that game shows were so popular. That's what became the main form of entertainment. And of course, in the future, violence is everything. So in 1999, they made a whole show about surviving at a game show to the death. And that's what we're reliving here. That's why you get silly things like the home version of the game and a year's supply of meat and weird things like that. It's just all tongue-in-cheek type humor here.
Big money! Big prizes! I love it!
Alright, so there we are. We're in the bonus room again, I believe. Yep, there we go. So now we'll pick up everything before the enemies start to come in. They should be here any second now. And there they are. Ah, it's the drone things on the floor. I hate those things. Let's get the barrier to protect us a little bit. Or the force field, whichever this is. So it is fun that they actually have a storyline to this. You would think, oh, what's the storyline? You're just some random guy shooting everything. Nope. They actually have a storyline to this. The NES doesn't show the storyline at the beginning like some of the other versions do, but the arcade version very clearly shows the storyline. If you wait before you play the game, you'll see the scrolling text on the track screen will very clearly show the storyline behind this game. And that's pretty much it. Year 1999, game shows are all the rage, and so is violence, so they mix the two together, and you get Smash TV. Alright, so now we got those red orbs. Watch out for those. We got the home game again, which I assume is a board game. And that home game is a funny take, because I don't know if anyone's seen the old Richard Dawson Family Feud, but he would always show the home game of the Family Feud, and then, you know, he would hold, don't forget to get our home game, and then he would toss it in the back as a quick advertisement. So I think that's the tongue-in-cheek here. It's the home game of Smash TV, because this is supposed to be a game show, and they used to do that during game shows, show an image of the board game that you can also buy based on the same exact game show you're watching. Ouch, got cornered. Alright. So it's pretty much rinse and repeat here. We have a lot of enemies showing up. It's a bonus room, so you know there's going to be a lot of them. They really make you pay for that bonus. You wanted the bonus? Good. Now you got to fight all these enemies to collect it. Well, alright. That's part of the challenge. Here we go. I want those big prizes, so try and stop me. Alright, that should do it. Let's get the rockets here. And there we go. Now we head downwards. We're already in the top right corner. Now we got to head down towards the boss. Walls of Pain. I believe it. I believe it. Alright, so we got those flying robot things. The grenades, that'll really clean them out. Fortunately, more just show up seconds afterwards, so we're only delaying the inevitable, pretty much. Uh-oh, look out. That was, nope, I survived it. Oh, that was a bad move on my part. Okay. Yeah, that's a little better. Wow, look at them all just keep exploding, exploding, exploding. What a mess on the floor this must be. Imagine all the wreckage from all this stuff you're destroying non-stop. Nope. Can't get, yeah. Whoa. Just keep running around like a lunatic. That's sometimes the best strategy. Okay. I cleaned them out for a second at least, but there'll be more, I can guarantee it, and here they come. And, yep. More. They just keep flying in on me, flying in on me. Just position yourself properly, get the ones closest, and then turn quickly to get the rest. Yep, just like that. Yep, when you miss one, it's very, yeah, you have to be very careful. You want to really be exact with this. You don't want any to get by. Alright, good. That was actually a pretty good run. Wow, we got lucky on a few of those, but yeah, that worked out pretty well in that room. Alright, onwards we go. Cue the music. Last Arena. So similar to the arcade game, it teases you with making you believe that this is it. Once you beat the next boss, that's the end of the game. But we all know that's definitely not the case, even in this version of the game. Even though it doesn't have the Pleasure Dome and all that, it's still the same idea. Is it over? What's going on? Well, I guess we'll have to keep playing to find out. What do they mean, Last Arena? Alright, so it starts off with all the red orbs. Just keep avoiding those. Shoot the center of it if you can. Okay, I'm glad they still offer extra lives. My game would have been long over if I didn't use the unlimited, but I'm glad if you're able to get this far, they're still offering extra lives for you, because you definitely need them. Whoa, oh, there we go. Oh. If you don't get the center, it doesn't go away. There's actually like a little CPU in those red things, and you have to hit that for all the rest of them to explode. And it's a little harder to tell in the NES version, because they're very similarly colored all together. But it's the same idea. You have to hit the center of the red orbs to remove the whole thing. So we're back to the regular clubmen. So I think these are different. I think I saw tails on the other ones, and these are without tails. Oh, just got run over by the snake train. I think there is a difference. There's the ones that are supposed to be like the snake men, and there's the ones that are just the clubmen. And the only real difference is some have a tail and are holding a spear, and that's about it. Alright, so these drones are very annoying, especially when you don't get a good weapon here. Let's see if I can, yep, squeeze my way out. Whoop, look at that. Whoa, a lot of close calls. And the snake train is back. Oh, that was risky, but it worked out, so can't complain with the results. And another one. Oh boy. These drones are not my friends. Oh no. That's it. Now we got two sets on the screen at the same time. It's gonna be tricky, and I can't get those rockets. That would have helped greatly. Ouch, 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 look out. Okay. So I can't imagine doing this with just a single controller. You know how much juggling you would have to do? Even with two controllers, it's hard though, let me assure you. This is not easy. Alright, let's see if we can get a better weapon and clean outs on this. So there we go, triple fire is better. But I'm sure another one's gonna show up here. Yep, there it is. Get the weapon, that would help. Yes, good. Let's use it to our advantage. Get rid of this thing. Alright. Get the grenades, sweep out some of the enemies here. I have a feeling another snake drone is going to show up, and there it is. Yeah, I can really use those grenades. Yes, good. Alright, this should help. Yes, it did. Alright, good. And then the triple shot, that'll definitely help. Kind of wish there was another drone. Good, there it is. I'm going to try to blast it now. Yes, alright, that worked out pretty well, actually. that was unfortunate. I shouldn't have died to that. And here's our next snake drone train. Let's see if we can get the weapon and blast it away. That should be it. Alright. That was not an easy stage. Definitely not. For a second there, I thought more enemies were going to show up. They've done that before where they tricked you.
Big money! Big prizes! I love it!
One of the biggest difference, instead of the two robotic snake heads appearing from the ground, now you get like rolling snakes that appear on the ground. And they leave little bombs in their wake. So instead of two giant snake bodies bashing through the ground, you now have robotic snakes that are rolling along the ground, and they can fire from their heads and they can throw bombs at you. It's very different. This is like one of the biggest changes in the arcade version. And here's the second one. So just like in the arcade, you have to fight two snakes. These are actual snake robots instead of just robot heads and necks and everything firing at you. It's a little tricky because you gotta watch all the bombs that they leave on the ground. They fire in 4 directions when they explode. So it's definitely very different. But the idea is the same. Just keep blasting away. They'll glow every time you hit them, and you just gotta keep firing until they pretty much explode. It's definitely very different. I'm glad they still have a snake boss, and there's an interesting take on it, but totally different. Alright, so let's just try to keep away. They'll speed at you quickly if you're not paying attention. Oh, one of them's going. When they spin around like that, yep, that's it. One of them's gone. So now we have one left. And we have to play keep away because we do not want it to roll us over or bomb us. And the grenades, I think I learned my lesson. We'll try. Yeah, let's go to triple shot instead. With the bosses, I don't like to get too close. They'll run you right over in a second with those grenades. But this should be effective. Should be, yep, there it goes. Alright, not too bad. We lost a lot of lives at the beginning there while I was talking about it. Pretty much avoid it, keep away, and I don't think there's any pleasure domes, so let's just keep going. Now it's funny because they say enter key room 1, so they're saying this is a key room now. So it's pretty much just a bonus room to extend things out until you fight the actual boss of the game. There's no pleasure dome, there's no keys that I was able to find. If there are, by all means tell me and I'll try the game again and find them. But nope, I wasn't able to find any keys or anything in the bonus rooms that I was in here. So I think they call this key room 1, and I think there's another key room in this game. And that's pretty much just the extra rooms that they have before you fight the actual final boss of the game. So I think they just use that to keep it sort of connected to the arcade game where they called it you don't have enough keys and you have enough keys. This one they're just calling key room 1, and the other one will probably be called key room 2. But there's no keys, it's just the rooms before you fight the final boss, pretty much, if you want to think of it as that. Think of it as just the rooms before the final battle of the game. And of course, just like in the arcade, this is a very hard and long room. So yeah, the key room 1 is going to be a long battle, and I'm sure the key room 2 is going to be a long battle. So we got a little bit of everything. We got the clubmen, we got the orbs, we got robots, we got shrapnel flying everywhere. So yeah, they're throwing everything at us. Do not want us getting to the end to collect all of our prizes. Yep, if you can walk over these orbs when you have the invincibility shield, that will definitely help, but it's hard to actually direct over them, and it's short-lived. Like I said, it's already gone, so that's it. But it did help. It cleared out some of them. And there's another one. Let's see if we can do it again. Here we go. Walk over them. See, it's hard to hit them with such a little thing. It's smaller. Even though they're large, the orbs, the little shield around you is actually small in this game. That's alright, these will take care of them in one shot if I can actually hit them. See how many times I'm missing them with this? This is crazy. You would think these huge things you can hit easily, and no. Let's see if we can get the shrapnel bomb before it explodes. There we go, we got 2 of them actually, not bad. It gives us a very temporary reprieve. See, hard to see these lasers in the NES version. Okay, let's clear them out. Let's get the triple shot. Yeah, that'll do it. Another one, refill it. Yep, if you can get that diagonal shot on all of them from a corner of the room, it's a great way to take care of all these orbs in the NES version. Yep, they're trying to move in on me. There we go. Alright, so for now, they're just throwing a lot of orbs at us, so that's not too bad. The orbs aren't too terrible to deal with, as long as you don't let the lasers hit you. And the shield makes it even better. You can just walk right over them like this, and they explode. Whoa, that snuck up on me. Like I said, it's a long stage, these last 2. They're just gonna keep throwing enemies at me, I can see. And I have a feeling the next one, before the final boss, is gonna be just as bad, but we'll find out when we get there. I assume it's like the arcade game where they're going to make it very ridiculously long levels before you can fight the final boss. And so far this has been ridiculously long. Alright, there we go. Oh, we finally got through it. Let's see if the next one's called Key Room 2. Nope, no bonus. I was hoping for a Pleasure Dome up here. Nope. Oh well. Alright, let's go to the next stage. I have a feeling it's going to be called like Key Room 2 or you have enough keys or something. Let's see. Enter Key Room 2. Yep, so just like I thought, they're just pretty much, these are pretty much just filler rooms before you fight the final boss, and they're going to be very long-winded and long-suffering, as I am right now, of rooms of just lots of spam and enemies that you have to keep defeating until they'll let you fight the final boss. But that's alright, that's true to Smash TV spirit. So even without the keys, we're still fighting ridiculous waves of enemies. Oh good, extra guys, so they are still giving extra guys if you can get to it. Nope, wasn't able to get there. But if you can get to it, at least they do keep you in the game a little longer here. So, I'm sure this game is beatable. I'm just not good enough, unfortunately. As you can see, I keep dying in the most ridiculous of ways. But I have a feeling this game is very beatable if you can get it all down pat and the patterns and go in the right directions. So, at least the game is beatable, but it would have been nice if they threw in some continues for folks here. I mean, you bought the game, let people continue if they want to continue their own game, you know? Whoa, got cornered. Okay, so it's pretty much shrapnel, and then the clubbers, and I just got clubbed to show you that they are clubbers. See, that was not nice of me to give an example of what the clubbing looks like. So we got the shrapnel and the clubbers for now. And you would think this would be easy, but since they're coming out of all 4 doors at once here, it is not easy. They just keep flooding the room with themselves. Especially those shrapnel bombs. Yep, see, you have to avoid those. It's very different. In the arcade game when they're the... Oh, and there's orbs too. In the arcade game when they're actually Mr. Shrapnel people, it's a little easier to deal with. When they're these bombs that roll over you, it's a little trickier. Definitely has a different feel to it. Can I get the center? Nope. So you have to get the center orb, otherwise... Yep, that did it. So far, I don't even know if I would have gone past this stage, even with 5 lives plus, you know? Oh boy. Now I'm just losing focus. See, Smash TV is the type of game where you just start to fade. Your mind starts to, like, just think of other things. You're just mindlessly shooting things and your mind wanders a lot, and you don't want to do that. You gotta stay very focused when you play this game, because it'll get you fast if you just stop paying attention for even 1 second. Like that shrapnel would have gotten me if I didn't notice it. They would have moved in on me. There's a shrapnel there. You gotta really just keep paying attention. This is a game you have to really focus on. You can't just mindlessly play this. But this is the last board, I assume, before the final boss, so of course it's going to be the hardest. They want to make you earn it. If you want to fight the final boss, you're going to earn it. You want to fight the final boss? Good. Now beat these thousands of enemies at once, and let's see if you can earn your way to the boss. And it's beatable. I'm just not focusing here, or I'm not good enough. One or the other, or both. Alright, grenades. Clean them out. Is that it? Did we finally get through this? Wow. That was not easy, folks, let me tell you. Hoping the boss is in the next one, but if it's another stage, we'll do another stage. Whatever it takes. Eat my eyeballs. This should be the MC. Let's see.
Good luck. You all need it.
And it is. There he is. Alright, grenades? No. We're gonna learn our lesson. Let's keep away with these grenades. Yep, I actually learned something, folks. Now this is the weapon you want against him. Nice long-range, powerful weapon. And there goes his right arm. Yep, there it goes. Let's see if we can get that left arm off. Whoa, that was close. Grenades? No. And there goes his other arm. Alright, so now he's armless, but he still has those long-reaching eye lasers. And you gotta be very careful, because those can... Oh, he ran over. Because those can hit you from almost anywhere. Those are... Even Mutoid Man, those are very long-reaching lasers. See? Look at that. Let's get a shield to help us. Maybe we can move in a little bit. Alright, so like Mutoid Man, the regular shots do hurt the evil MC. I believe that is the name of the boss. As per the arcade, they call him Evil MC. Wow, look how long that was, see? Long-reaching eye lasers, look at that. Alright, extra life if we would have needed it. But yes, the regular default weapon actually hurts him in this version, which is very helpful. Because otherwise you have to just wait for the right weapon. You can't use the grenade, you'd have to wait for missiles or the tri-shots. And that would be a long battle. Alright, so now we got the headless body version of Evil MC. We got the tri-shots. Keep us nice and away from his headless body. Still not going for the grenades, so nope. Watch out, you can still run over you very easily. Oh, he's already onto his final phase. The head on the smaller version of the robot. And I believe he has his eye beams again, so we want to avoid him. Rockets are the best against this. Just keep firing from afar, watch out. Yep, he still has eye beams. Let's see. Yep, and we did it. Not bad. See, a much better fight. You know, you don't want those grenades. Avoid the grenades. And I'm going to get the grenades now, just for fun. Alright, there we go. And that's it. There you go. So that's Smash TV on the NES. I was never able to beat it because of how hard it was. But now with the Unlimited Lives, I was able to. And I'm glad I did. It was actually a lot of fun. Stressful, but fun. It really is a good version. I just wish they threw in a few continues. This game would have been one of the best ports. But without the continues, it's actually a very hard game. I just wish they gave you like 3 continues. I think that's enough for people to get through this game. But I don't care. I had fun. I wanted to see this game from start to finish and show you guys another version of Smash TV that was available besides the arcade version. Because it took a very long time before we got home versions of the actual arcade port. So this is what we were dealing with. We had the NES, we had the Super Nintendo, we had computer versions. And it was all weird conglomeration recreations of the game. But this was a pretty good one. The controls are a little wonky at times, but it was actually fun. Let's see. So yeah, the ending's pretty similar. You're a great Smash TV player. Maybe the best of all time, similar to what the arcade says. And there we go, and then we have end credits. So yeah, pretty similar. And nothing about you didn't get enough keys or you didn't make it Pleasure Dome. Nope, that's not even in the game. The NES gave us what it can give us, and I think it was fine. Even without the Pleasure Dome, it's still a fun version. They actually were able to do a lot here. They had voices, look at the images they have. They have the co-host standing there. So yeah, they were able to get a lot of good effects onto the NES game here. Thank you for playing Smash TV. You're welcome. Just next time Acclaim, even though you're out of business now, put in some continues. Thank you. Alright, so here's our final tally. Not too bad. And unlike the arcade, there is no name entry. So the score is pretty much just for your own tally, that's it, and the game goes to start screen credits, and that's it. So that's another thing, but they didn't put a battery in it, so I guess it doesn't really matter. You're not going to play this game 5 times in a row. I think once you got through it, you're going to turn it off, unless you're crazy to go through the whole game again twice in a row. So I understand why they don't give you a name entry, but if they had a battery where you can actually save it, that would have been a cool aspect. But anyway, that's all for the NES version of Smash TV. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a fun little look at a different version of Smash TV. Me and the Vesper had fun. I'll put that in quotes because I enjoy the game more than the Vesper does. But we had fun playing the arcade version of Smash TV, and I wanted to show you another version that was on the market at the time. And I think the NES was a perfect version to show just because of how similar yet different it was and how they went about things, and it turned out to be a pretty fun experience. As always, I want to mention, be sure to catch us both on our Twitch channel, The Vesper. We do gaming on weekends usually, but whenever we're available, we'll do a playthrough. So come by and join us. It's The Vesper. Follow us. Look for us. We'd love to see you guys there. And that's it for now for Smash TV. Who knows what more we'll do with Smash TV in the future, but for now, I think that's going to be it. If you're new here, or if you've been here before and you haven't yet, please throw us a comment. Like the video if you enjoyed it, and definitely follow us. There's going to be a lot more coming here. Alright, thanks everyone. I hope you enjoyed. Take care until next time.